Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 43 of Prison Architect, and I've actually had 24 hours in between this episode and the last episode to have a little bit of a think about whether or not I'm going to continue with this series. And I think what I'm going to do is at the end of this week, so it'll be episode 45, I am going to stop there. I'm still having fun playing it, but I have to be very, very cautious with some of the series that I do on the YouTube channel, because to be honest, the longer a series goes on for, the fewer and fewer people watch it, and it's always good to mix it up a little bit and, you know, start new games, play different campaigns. And I really do feel like I've done pretty much everything to do in this game, certainly at least in the sandbox mode. And while I still think it is a very fun game to play, I do think that it needs a few extra bits and pieces to do in the sandbox mode. It does need some sort of end game. It's far too quick to actually unlock and research everything. Not too sure why we can't build a path in the middle of that, but hey-ho. And that's not really going to change, because let's be honest, the game has finished its development cycle now. They are still supporting it, of course, if there's any, you know, bugs and things like that, but it's not really going to be getting any additions or extra stuff added. It may receive an expansion at some point in the future, who knows, but certainly not something that is immediately on the cards. And I think at the moment that's you know, pretty much it. I've done all there is to do. I've seen all there is to see, and I don't really want to do any more. I don't really want to use mods and stuff either. So what I'm going to attempt to do within the next 3 videos is we're going to try and do our best to finish these 2 grants that we already have. We're not going to pick up the last grant even if we finish the 500 capacity, because there's no way we're going to get the capacity up to 1,000. It's taken us 45 videos just to get up to 250, so it's unlikely we're going to double that in the space of 3 videos, but we'd certainly like to get this Reform Through Education finished. What I am going to try and do is replicate building these dormitories down here. So let's go ahead and have a look at these ones. We are 53 meters by 10 meters, so it's just 1 meter narrower than the cell blocks. So we'll leave the edge on the outside there. So we want 2 blocks. So it's going to be 10 meters by 53, and we'll probably want to get a couple of these. Now they will take some time to build. We'll do the same things over here. We'll try and make it symmetrical. So we're going to go 10 by 53. And another one, 10 by 53. So we've already got some spacing in here. Let's go ahead with our materials. Let's go ahead and get the paving in before we even start. There's no reason not to get that done. So let's get all of this sorted first. Now, do we want the doors on the top of these ones, or do we want to actually invert them and put the entrances on the south side? I think we'll leave them on the north side just for the ease of cloning. So we'll extend the path all the way up onto that side there. So we want to go all the way up to the top. Obviously, we'll have a few trees and things to remove as well. So let's just get all of the pathing in. And what we'll probably want to do is bring another path down here. It's strange how sometimes you can't put the path where you want it to go always, but that is fine. And in all honesty, these can probably connect up as well. We'll leave a gap here, because I think this might be where we have the... In fact, we'll cancel all that, because this might be where the extra kitchen and stuff goes. We'll have to see how that is going to work out. So, of course, we will need to put in some additional buildings. It will cost us quite a bit of money to get those all built. So we'll kind of be doing one at a time. We will go up to speed 3. We might as well. There's not really a lot of point running slower unless anything interesting happens. So let's go ahead and put our first one in. We do need to work out where the entrance is going to be on these, because they're not all lined up perfectly. I guess it doesn't really matter where the entrance goes, as long as it is on that north corridor somewhere. So if we wanted to, we could very easily just go and put the door right in the sort of middle, lining it up with the ones that currently already exist. What we'll probably want to do as well, with stuff being on the north side, is get this door locked open. We'll probably do the same thing with this one as well. So let's get both of those open. That is fine. And here's the first one built. So what we want to do is use our deployment. We want to make this an unlocked area, and then we can start putting in the utilities. Let's have a quick look at the utilities and work out how I did this on the previous one. So the power line's basically running straight through the middle, and the water runs... so the water is 2 below the wall, the cabling is 3 below the wall. So where are we? Electricity cable. We can probably run it off this network, so that is going to be sort of probably across there. And then we can do the water pipe, so we'll run the water pipe up. And the water pipe will run through there, and we'll put a pipe valve on, so that'll be the water done. Oh, we've potentially found a tunnel here, so let's go have a look at that. Now, this is unusual, because this one isn't actually... oh, sorry, is that a book? Mail. This one isn't actually outside of the dormitories, which is very unusual. But it does mean that we need to search a few cells. We want the toilet, not the light. Let's unpause this and see what we can find. It's got to be one of these. Ah, there we go. We've actually discovered it. He didn't get very far, did he? Although we discovered the tunnel out there, so maybe it's not the same tunnel. Maybe there's multiple tunnels. Yep, see, we've actually found multiple tunnels. We found 4 different tunnels. I guess we should search all of these. Because that's a little bit worrying. In the meantime, found a screwdriver. You're nicked. We need to remove tunnels. Some people have been very naughty. So that's 4 different tunnels we've got to remove. Seems like they're the only 4 though. Still, we were lucky to spot that, so very good. Don't think there's any more there. So those should all get fixed. We'll allow the workmen to come and fix those before we go and put in the remaining dormitories up there. We're just waiting for the guard to come and open the door. And there's one more to do. Okay, so that's all the tunnels sorted out. That is fine. So we should be getting the utilities in over here. So what we need to do is go ahead and get all of this cloned up. So I think what we will do... In fact, what I want to do very quickly is just go to Intelligence and Informants. No, thought we had some potential CIs down there. Doesn't look like we do. Any more people who are targeted? Let's not actually have anybody selected there. I've never got this thing to work right. Doesn't look like we have anybody targeted at the moment. Everyone who is a snitch, I believe, is in protective custody. So we should be okay there. So that's fine. So let's go ahead and start cloning parts of this room. So we want quick build. We want the clone tool. So let's go ahead and start by getting the solitary blocks up to and including the camera. So we want to go ahead and pop that in like so. And then we also want to do this end and get the... we want the internal wall, really. So we want to go ahead and do that. So that... Well, we won't get the boiler, we'll just get the wall and the door. I'm still going to have to do most of that manually, but we can go ahead and pop that in. And then the rest of it really is just a matter of copying cells, and they're all in 2s. So what we might do is do 2 at a time if we can. So yeah, that goes up to that wall. So if we do it this way, and it's just auto-saving, so it lagged a little bit. So we should be able to go 1, 2, 3, and that should fit perfectly in there. Yeah, there we go. So that will be that all sorted out. Obviously, we need to put the utilities and everything still needs to go in there. So we will need to grab the utilities menu. We'll need a boiler. So that's got to go in there. Now, also we'll need power going to it because I'm not entirely convinced that it does. And we'll need hot water and the cold water pipes to go into everything, but we'll work that out when we get to it. We can go ahead and remove the planning phase from that now because that is all planned out. The CCTV camera is not connected up, which we are well aware of. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a new CCTV desk. Is that going to be under utilities? CCTV monitor. So we'll have a new CCTV desk which will connect up all of the cameras in the dormitories. Utilities again. So we want the small water pipes. Obviously the small water pipes have to go to the toilets. They're also going to have to go to all of the showers, which will be in these corners. So let's go ahead and get all of those with showers. We've also got the toilets, which are in these corners. So all of the toilets are going to have to be connected up. And then we will need the hot water pipes, which are going to have to go to all of the radiators and the showers. So obviously that's going to have to run all the way out from the boiler. And we will have that connecting to the showers. Radiators next to the toilets. I couldn't remember the configuration there for a moment. Let's get all the showers done first. They're probably... I know I've complained about the clone tool not actually copying utilities over, but there's probably a mod that allows you to do that. I just don't really want to mess around with mods in this game, not for the amount that I'm actually playing it. So that should be this dormitory almost ready to be connected. Did we get that CCTV station in already? We have. That was nice and quick. So let's go and connect that up to this camera. And we'll want to make sure that we have ourselves a guard stationed in here. And in fact, we can probably afford to go and hire a few more guards. I mean, I know we do have 8. In fact, we've got... Yeah, let's get another 5. And that'll cover us for all of the dormitories that we're about to build. We've still got $17,000 coming in each day. We've got $27,000 in the bank. So that's not bad at all, really. But yeah, we will probably need another sort of kitchen setup like this. Let's go ahead and have a look at this and see what size it was so we can replicate this. So we've got a building that is 18 by 32. It probably doesn't need to be quite as big, but we'll do that anyway. So we're going to put that one in here, and it's going to be 18 by 32. Do we want it as high as that, or do we want to make it a little bit smaller than that one? Do we need the kitchen as big as this one is? I guess it's never bad to have a lot. We'll just clone the whole thing, so we'll just do it the same size, 18 by 32. Then we can make a new kitchen that's exactly the same size as the existing one. That's still not finished yet, so that is fine. We want to go ahead and get ourselves a building. I will be cloning everything again, so we're not going to bother with the lights. So we'll need a large jail door in the middle. So objects, we want a large jail door down there. When that is put in, that will be locked open. We'll also need to put in a room, a door even, because we need to make the kitchen. The kitchen is only 11 meters out of the 18, so we need to go ahead and plan that out. We can get rid of this one here now. So that's fine. Won't be long for all of this is done. Hopefully get all the hot water and everything in. We will have some separate dog patrols around on these dormitories as well. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and go up to 15 dog handlers. We've got the room for them, so that's okay. So we'll just let sort of time pass on as stuff gets built. We'll probably need to hire some more chefs, but that's fine. How are we doing with the foundation education course? Still only 2 prisoners that have managed to get through that so far. A lot of guards. Look how many guards we've got. A lot of guards. Where are we? Programs. So foundation education program. 21 people have finished it. Only 2 people have passed it. And it doesn't look like we've got anybody else interested in doing that at the moment. which is a little bit of a shame. 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. But that's not, one of those isn't going to happen for a little while. So this looks like it is now finished. If that's the case, let's go ahead and in deployment we want to set this area to staff only, and this area we want to set to MinSec only, because dormitories are best left as MinSec. This door here is going to be locked open, and yeah, we will want a dog patrol basically just going around the dormitory. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll use deployment. We will get a dog patrol. There is one already kind of going around here, but what we want to do is go all the way up around the new dorms. So you'll go across to there. Didn't want to put that extra one on yet, so that's fine. You're going to come down to here, and you're going to go all the way over there, and you'll have your own patrol, hopefully. So that'll be those dormitories sorted out. We'll probably even got room for another one up there. That's done quite well, so let's go ahead and put in that brick wall, and we also need a door. The door's going to be slightly off center, so the door will go there, and everything else we are pretty much just going to go ahead and clone. So we will have this door's going to be locked open anyway, so we'll lock that open. We will remove the planning because we don't really need that there now. And yeah, we'll use the cloning tool again. So quick build, clone tool. How much of the kitchen can we get in? Not quite all of it. So let's go up to the door. I included the wall there, which I didn't want. So we go there, up to the door. And then from the other side up to the door again. Somehow that's not quite right. It's definitely the same width. So that goes up to the door but not including the door. Yeah, that's fine. We did get the cooker. Okay, good. So in here we want to go up to and including the door and down to the bottom of the bench. So we do that, and this one doesn't include the door but goes up to the bottom of the benches still. So that goes in like so, and then from here we go there up to, we got the bottom of the bench, didn't we? So we go up to the middle, drop that in, and then there up to the middle. So that should be a perfectly cloned canteen. I missed that out somewhere, didn't I? Screwed that one up. Yeah, I didn't quite get that one all in. Needs to go up to there. Let's try that again. Nope, still screwed it up. There we go. Need to cancel this because it's now all going wrong. Where are we? Materials. Demolish walls. Cancel these ones, please. Demolish these ones you've already built. Cancel those because they're overlapping. Okay, that should now get that fixed, hopefully. There we go. And we need to assign the rooms, and we need canteen. I've lost it now. Where are we? Could just search for it, but where's the fun in that? Okay, let's go for it. Canteen. So we need to just mark that up as canteen. Okay, that should be good. We just need the utilities in there now. So utilities. How are these power grids looking? You're drawing a lot of power. We could have our own separate power grid for the kitchen, but I don't think we need one. Although you are on, like, the maximum number of capacitors you can have. I think what we will do is we will put... Okay, what we will do here then is we will run the electrical cable up just to get the metal detectors on. And we will build on the back of the kitchen here another power substation. And then that will run the remainder of the dormitories that'll be up here. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves utilities. And we want a power substation, so we'll put it on one side. Now, obviously, we want room to walk around it and room for the capacitors, because we'll probably add some more later on. So we'll put one of those in, and what we'll want to do is build some walls around it, so brick walls. And we want to go around it there. So leave a space of 2 to walk around. So this is where... Oh, balls. Oh, balls. So this is where the capacitors will go. This is the walk space, and that's the sort of end of it there. Then we'll put a staff door, object, staff door can go on that side. And then that will be what we use to wire up to the kitchen. That just sounded like a load of power went off somewhere, didn't it? Or was that just because they've put the thing in? Just because they put that in, that's fine. We can certainly put the water pipes in, though. That's not going to be a problem. So we'll just run the water up here as we did before. That goes straight through the sinks. We could have done it from there, actually, but it doesn't really matter. We did have a boiler in, so that needs to go in there as well. That'll need to get connected up to the hot water, which will also go into the sinks. So that's going to go all the way across there. So we need to get the power in there now. Let's go ahead to our utilities. We are going to get our electrical cable. That's going to come from here. It's going to go to all of the ovens, and it's going to go to all of the fridges as well. And what we'll do is we'll just continue it out here into the dining room, just so that get the rest of the lights wired up. They shouldn't affect each other too much. We want deployment again. We want to set staff only for this area here. And that is probably a good point to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Prison Architect. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.